comprend en français, donc il n'y a pas de problème.
Is Hugo who is here with us and representing the players is a midfielder, Sphephelo Sithole, who is referred as Yaya, is here with us to be addressed. Coach, it's an important game for you against Morocco tomorrow. The same question will go to the player. How big is this game to you as the head coach of South Africa national team?
Yes, I think it's an important game for both teams. We are now in the tournament that or you win or you lose. So that means that the importance is for both teams, and we are aware of the difficult task that's waiting for us tomorrow in the game against Morocco. Morocco is number one in Africa, did a fantastic World Cup, was fourth, and is full of high-class players. So it will be very difficult. At the other side, this AFCON is full of surprises. When you saw the last weeks, big countries who are already home. A few days ago, Cameroon was eliminated. So it's possible in this AFCON. And secondly, we beat Morocco already 1 year ago in Johannesburg. We played a very good game. We played our best level. And that means that, that we believe in it, that it's possible tomorrow to beat Morocco. But we have to achieve our very, very best level. And if we can do that, then maybe we can create another surprise here on this AFCON by eliminating this big team of Morocco.
Sithole, how important is this game?
Good afternoon, everyone. I think everybody knows that this tomorrow's game is going to be difficult for both teams. But I think if we can bring our A game tomorrow, I think we can be able to get our best results, because the results we need for tomorrow's game. Thank you.
Let's take up questions. Your name and media house. Start with the gentleman here with the mask on.
Good afternoon, Yaya.
Good afternoon.
Your first game for Bafana Bafana was against Morocco. I remember when away in Morocco. And how big of a game is this for you as an individual, and also just your role within the team and Depo? If you can tell us how it's working alongside Depo.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi le game ezodlala kusasa inkulu for thina, for umuntu, I think, not only for us but everyone back home as well. They are all going to be watching this game. So I think if osingenza kahle kusasa umuntu ekhaya back home uzojabula, and then i-combination yami noMkwena eSenda, I think so far it has been working well. I think manje siyakhona uku-understandana kahle. So I think if we can keep on playing this way, I think the team is going to go far. Thank you.
Okay, just for clarity, we shall allow the last question to be done in local language. Okay? Don't have for, okay? Thank you. Yes, please.
Hugo, bonjour. En 2017, vous avez battu le Sénégal, le Ghana, l'Égypte. Personne ne croyait vraiment en votre équipe. Est-ce que vous vous souvenez de ça? Et est-ce que vous en savez
Yeah, it's true that we beat Senegal I think 6 or 7 years ago with penalties. Maybe it's possible tomorrow that game ends with penalties also. I rather liked that it should be finished after 90 minutes and that we win, because the circumstances, it's very hot, so everything you have to do more, you will pay afterwards. So let's hope that after 90 minutes there will be a winner and it will be us. But again, I know what it is. Winning with penalties is maybe more beautiful than winning after 90 minutes, but it's better that the game stopped after 90 minutes so that both teams will not be too much charged with the circumstances that are not really good for the moment, climatical circumstances.
Okay, let's take another question.
Yes, Coach Sphephelo from SABC. We are coming back from back-to-back goalless draws. How much of a confidence has this done for the team, especially heading to a big league game like this one? And what do you think will be key? Because you just said that we need to maybe finish this game within regulation time. What do you think will be key, especially in terms of taking our chances tomorrow?
You know, as I said already, we are confident and we believe in ourselves, and I think that it's a big step we made in the last months, that we know what we are, what we can do. And therefore, again, we are not afraid of the game of tomorrow. We will try to play our best level. And we know and we believe also that it's possible to beat Morocco, even when it's a very good team and a very strong team. So if we can start the game with that same mindset that we have in the games before, then maybe we can create the surprise tomorrow.
Okay, let's take up.
Bonjour coach, le sélectionneur national Belgravie vient d'annoncer le forfait de Sithole, donc l'équipe nationale qui est considérée comme un des cadres de la sélection marocaine. Un forfait qui est surprenant pour le moment. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Est-ce que ça peut changer les choses? Un des joueurs de la sélection. Et puis,
Pardon?
Vous pouvez répondre en français, s'il vous plaît. On a envie d'entendre votre français.
Hein?
On a envie d'entendre votre français.
Qu'est-ce que je dois faire?
Répondre en français.
Parler français? Non. On m'a interdit de parler français aujourd'hui. Je dois répondre en anglais. Je m'excuse.
Répondez en anglais.
Yes, hold on. The coach is going to answer in English, and you can use the translation here, please. The translation gadgets, please. Coach, please. Coach. I'm going to answer in English.
Sorry?
Answer in English.
You can answer in English.
You can't hear me.
Speak English. It's okay then with the translations.
Let's allow the coach to answer in English. We use the translation gadgets, please. Thank you. Coach, go ahead, please. Can you repeat your question?
Pardon.
The question was about Sphephelo, which is considered as one of the main players in the Moroccan national team. The head coach of Morocco has just announced that he's out for the rest of the competition, and it's supposed to be some bad news for Morocco. So what is your reaction to that? Morocco is losing one of the main players, and do you see that it's going to be something that is going to disturb Morocco's adventure here in Côte d'Ivoire?
You know, everything is possible in football, and I know what I said already in the beginning. This is a very good team. If you can be fourth on the World Cup, that means that you have much quality in the team, and those players are all playing for big teams also in Europe. And I said before the beginning of AFCON, teams with those players are a little bit advantaged to teams like us who play most of with players of the local competition. But again, it is possible. We did it last year in Joburg. We beat it Morocco. So it's not because you have the best players and maybe you are the best team that that you win the game. You saw the surprises in the previous weeks, so we will try to do the same tomorrow.
Okay.
You asked my question for the coach. You have a very good record against Morocco. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You have a very good record against Morocco. You played 3 times and you won 2 times, even when you were in Cameroon. So you played with different versions of Morocco. So what's so special about this version of Morocco? Is it different than the other version that you played against?
You know, the first time we played in Morocco, I think we were not ready at that moment. We were still building a team, and when you should look at the players who played that game in Morocco, there's a big difference in names. Team that will play tomorrow. And a year later we had the team what I wanted. And since then I nearly always worked with, let's say, 70-80% with the same players. So we built that team. So we are not the same team anymore, and we proved it last year in June against Morocco. So when we can achieve a good level, our best level, then it's possible. Then it's only possible to beat Morocco. So it's up to us to do that tomorrow. But comparing the 2 games is it's impossible because there are 2 different games. Maybe we were a little bit more motivated in Joburg. Morocco was qualified. We also, but okay, we wanted to show something on our supporters. But it's still possible and we believe in it, so let's hope for tomorrow.
This for both of you. Morocco would be seen as favourites because of their ranking and their performance in the World Cup recently. Do you see that as an advantage or disadvantage in your preparation for this match?
It's not a question of advantage, it's a fact. It's a fact. When you are first in the ranking, that means that you are the best team. And look at the results that Morocco did the last 2 years. I think they nearly lost the game. They played fantastic on the World Cup in Qatar. So they became a very big team, a good team. So this first place in the ranking, yeah, it is what it is. It's a fact, and you know when you are first that you are the best team.
The player is going to react to the question as well.
I think everybody knows here in the room that Morocco is a good team and they have very good individual players. But I think if we can play the team tomorrow and playing our A game, as I said before, I think we can be able to do them.
François Martin pour Canal+. La question est pour le coach. Coach.
Oh, in the back.
Je voudrais savoir si vous voyez aller au bout de cette compétition, si vous avez trouvé les ingrédients magiques pour la gagner, et si vous pouvez comparer votre équipe d'aujourd'hui à celle du Cameroun de 2017.
You know, comparing things is always difficult because sometimes the circumstances are different too. But at the other side, when you see a little bit what we did, and I compare that with we did with Cameroon 7 years ago, it's a little bit the same. We went through the group stages, we played good, but not really fantastic. And then came that difficult game against Senegal. And we won it with penalties, and from then we flew. We had so much confidence that we won it. So you can compare that a little bit, but again, I don't like to compare things. It's always different. We have a different opponent tomorrow. A team, again, who was fourth on the World Cup. So that's something else, I think, tomorrow. But yes, if you want, you can compare it, yes.
Okay, let's take up a question here. What's the microphone?
Bonjour, Youssef Chani, Radio 2 Maroc. On a vu dernièrement une belle équipe du Mohamed Descendance qui joue un jeu très plaisant. Vous avez 9 sélectionnés du Mohamed Descendance, mais jusqu'à présent, l'Afrique du Sud n'a pas vraiment démontré un style de jeu plaisant sur les 3 matchs. Comment expliquez-vous ça?
It's very simple. You're playing on the highest level, and this is for us. It's new. It's a new experience. We never played on that level, never. So and that's maybe why you tell me that we don't really show a good game or a good way of playing. But you know, in AFCON there is one thing important. That's the next game. So how you play is not important. The result is important. And we tried in the 3 previous games, we tried to play 3 times on a different way to have a result. Mali didn't really succeed, but we played a good game. And we did it against Namibia, and then after that against Tunisia. So we wanted to be here today. And now we want to be also around. So tomorrow we will see the way we will play. But again, for me it's not important if after the game everybody says, wow, they played very good. No, I rather like, oh wow, they are in the next round.
Okay, then have.
Coach, moi c'est Adoumel, journaliste Côte d'Ivoire.
Oh,
moi c'est Adoumel, journaliste Côte d'Ivoire. Coach, tout le monde sait, le Maroc est une grande nation de football, une très bonne équipe. L'Afrique du Sud également. Et l'Afrique du Sud a joué contre la Côte d'Ivoire en match amical récemment. Elle a montré qu'elle est une grande équipe. Pour vous aujourd'hui, à quel niveau va se faire la différence dans ce match? Le match de demain. À quel niveau va se faire la différence?
I think you mentioned it. We did a very good game in Ivory Coast a few months ago, and normally I think we deserved to win that game. But okay, it was a draw, and we were very happy. So let's hope that we can achieve that level also tomorrow, because it was a high level from our side, and I think Ivory Coast was a little bit surprised by us. So we will try to surprise tomorrow also Morocco.
Hello, Coach. Hello.
Yeah.
According to your opinion, what are the strengths and the weakness of the Moroccan national team, and doesn't it put pressure on you to face the foreign tour?
There is no pressure. No. You know, I'm 35 years coach. I had it all. I played World Cup as a player. I won European Cups. I won AFCON as a coach. I won championships. There is no pressure. I will not be so calm like I am now tomorrow. But that is different. I will be tensed. But I will not feel the pressure. You know, when you're under pressure, you can't take the right decisions. And my experience helped me a lot in that. Pardon? The national team? You know, it's no difference. Again, for me, it's important tomorrow that my team is playing good, and all the rest.
Okay, let's take up the question.
Can I ask you
Okay, Please.
Coach, yeah, it's from South Africa. The North African sides have really done well at this competition, and obviously Morocco is the last one standing. Have you noticed something with the North Africans that you can take advantage of? And then for Yaya, obviously you were one of the few players who played Europe. Has the weather conditions been difficult to adapt to for you? Because in the first game you may be a little bit off the pace before you really started and picking up your performance in the final two games of the group.
Oh, we are in front of a very important game tomorrow. And I think if we can succeed tomorrow, that we can maybe till the end. So therefore already it's important, but it's also important for African football. South African football, sorry. South Africa was a long time out of international levels like this. I think the last time was quarter-final a few years ago, I think. But for the rest, it was results were not so good. So we can change that tomorrow. And it should be very important for South African football. If we could beat Morocco tomorrow, maybe there will be more interest on South African players. Because that is a little bit what we don't have in South Africa. When there is interest, those players will have the opportunity maybe to go in Europe and play in Europe and have that experience, because that is something also what we will need in the future. So again, it's not only important to go through in this tournament, but it's also, I think, important for South African football in general.
Okay, Sithole.
I think in answering your question, talking about the weather, of course, it hasn't been easy for me, and I think for the guys as well, coming from South Africa as well as Africa, like in terms of the weather, sun, it's too hot. But I think us as players, to play good, you need to adapt in every situation that you are going to face. I think we did that, and then we up our game. Yeah, thank you.
Bonjour coach, Ismaël, c'est TV. Coach, on a vu votre déclaration que je trouve un petit peu provocante concernant le Maroc, comme quoi il n'a pas bien joué en phase de groupe, malgré ton élimination en or. Et la deuxième question, il y a des rumeurs qui circulent concernant deux joueurs de l'Afrique du Sud, voilà, et Hugo, est-ce que c'est vrai, vont être absents demain face au Maroc? Merci coach.
We have still the last training tonight, so now at this moment I don't know really. They trained individually the past days, so we will see today on the last training. If they can do the training without problems, they will be ready for tomorrow. But I can't answer that question for the moment now.
First question.
Huh?
First question. From Morocco.
From Morocco?
Yeah.
Have the microphone and answer the question again.
Okay, thanks.
Vous avez déclaré comme quoi, dans cette déclaration officielle, comme quoi le Maroc n'a pas bien joué aux phases de groupe, et vous pouvez faire encore une fois la surprise face au Maroc, malgré qu'on a une génération au nord et un parcours excellent au Qatar.
It's what I told you a few minutes ago. It's not a matter of good playing or fantastic playing. You are in a tournament, and in a tournament there is only one thing important, that is going to the next round. And if a team is not playing really on their best level, this is not a reason to think, oh, maybe they are less. If I can talk about Morocco, with those players, with the qualities they have, maybe tomorrow they dominate us from the first till the 9th minute. You never know that. And again, the next round, also for Morocco, is the most important thing tomorrow.
Any more questions? Okay. Sithole, you can speak in your mother tongue to what you hear. Please, question in mother tongue.
Okay, so let me trigger him. Yeah. Yeah. Jobe, Sasha Egypt. Egypt. Futhi bakhona aboronweni abotawu nabomshishi. Mhlambe leya result yenzani kini noma nicabanga ngayo ngoba uyazi uyabona ukukhuluma ngaMorocco uli-favorite. So bakhona futhi I'm sure ukusho utshela kakhulu ukuthi into enje nakana yenza ngaphambili. So ahead of kusasa ngicabanga
ngicabanga ukuthi like noma kade ubone if no one is dala ama-big teams ukuthi udlala kanjani wonke umuntu usuke emotivated. So I think okwenzeka e-Egypt kuzosimotivate futhi kutshengisa ukuthi everything is possible. So kusasa game siyazi vele ukuthi with the points that we have, I think we can be able to go all the way. So ngiyacabanga ukuthi kusasa like it's a do or die game because so ngiwayo ekhaya. So ngiyacabanga ukuthi sivula ukuthi like kumele swing. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach and Stephen, and wish all the best. Official training for South